And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Ooh, welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing, all at the same time. Coming up on episode 61. We got a brand new ice cream flavor that we think people should be excited about. I have a sunglasses tan for those watching. We're talking beasts from Idris Elba and so much more. I am Mike Fish and I am joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran, Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here, just supplying the Tims. Whew. My guy, it is it's one of my favorite times of the year. It is the annual pilgrimage to Holland, to Amsterdam, to the town of Tilburg for the International Redhead Days Festival this weekend. I'm unfortunately not going to be able to make it, but just want to give a big salute to everybody that is making it out there. Hope you all have a good time. Have a bunch of beer for me. Have a bunch of everything else for me too. And yeah, miss you guys. Wish I was there with you. There we go. There's some money there.
There's some money. Also, to celebrate, as this episode drops on August 24th, it is National Waffle Day. Woo! What a special episode. If only could have like landed
we should
on
make
like
this an annual thing.
50th episode or 100th episode, but whatever. Episode 61, National Waffle Day, which means we missed it last year. I feel bad for that, but yeah. Did you know? Fun fact: National Waffle Day commemorates Cornelius Schroeter of Troy, New York, who received the first patent for the waffle iron on this day in 1869. Nice.
1869. All right. Good for you, Cornelius.
I was thinking maybe we could like integrate that somehow into the show, but Cornelius Schroeter is not the most smooth name to kind of
I'll tell you what we could
anything.
do. We could have our end of the year awards and we'll call them the Cornies.
I love that. We'll do it. I don't know what we're going to be doing the year-end awards about, but
or our best
corny
movies or best moments or whatever, but like anything's up for a corny.
Is it going to be like a big, what are they called, a
statue?
No, the corn on the cob, I guess. A corn on the cob.
No,
like chilling out
man,
with a
named
waffle.
after Cornelius.
Or no,
named after
It's
Cornelius.
called a corny, so you can. I'm sure.
Yeah,
for the
his name
graphics,
is
you're going to integrate a corn. I don't know.
No.
Oh, I could just get a picture of Cornelius Schroeter.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's not many people named after him, so I'm pretty sure Google image search would be pretty easy.
Assuming there are any photos of him at that time, yes.
Oh, I'm sure but they're all black and white, and he's looking very dapper in a suit, and he's looking very stoic, and it's from the side, like he looks miserable. Why is that? Why did people? When did people start smiling in photos? Because if you look at old photos from about 80 years ago, even then they're always like, look very serious, look like you've just heard some bad news. Perfect. Cheek.
The exposure to the film took a lot longer back then. So nowadays you just go cheese and that's your smile forever. But they would actually have to like wait 3, 4, 5 minutes before they could actually leave their even with the little poof and the guy going like that. You had to stand still for that image to hold, and that's why everyone looks like they're just fucking miserable. They're just miserable. The only people actually took good pictures back in those days were dead people.
Yeah, good at holding a pose. So maybe the first people did smile, but then because they had to hold that pose for like 4 minutes, by the end of it, they were just like that really awkward, like, hurry up. And I was like, no, this just looks stoic. There you go. Shout out to Corny, as we like to call him on the show. Good friend of the show, Cornelius Schroeter. Let's dive into some interesting news from this week. Have you been keeping up with the USA Mullet Championship?
I never miss a year. I've not. I'm sorry.
This is the tip of the iceberg of like weird shit that I've discovered this week. Because while I was like, I'll get into the mullet championship in a minute, but I was at the laundromat doing my laundry, as you were. What else was you doing there? Unless you're just being a creepy creep. And on the TV, they had the all cornhole league championship. I know cornhole is the game, but I had no idea there was a professional league, and I was witnessing the championships. It's like, wow.
Yeah. Not only is there a league, but they got their biggest following because of help with the COVID. They were like one of the only sports that didn't get shut down when the world went on pause in 2020. Like, and ESPN needed to run something, so they started monitoring the cornhole championships, and it has a following now.
Yeah, if anything, it didn't really. Oh, and plus they didn't have to shut down the league because we can't sell tickets. No one was buying tickets anyway, so it's business as usual here at the cornhole league.
Plenty of social distancing and all that good stuff. But yeah,
and that is the perfect social distance game. You're already automatically, at least if not more, 6 foot apart from each other. I bet professional cornhole players, even now, they're like, COVID, what? Is that a thing? I don't know. What is this? Tell me about this thing. I was just living my life.
That explains why I was able to get to work on time for the last 2 years, man.
Yeah, I noticed there's less traffic.
There. Like, I was like, is it a spare the air day or something, man? I didn't know, but but there's a lot of drinking in cornhole, so I don't drive much, anyways. Yeah,
I bet it's a lot of fun hanging out with the cornhole players. But yes, the Mullet Championship's currently going on right now as of recording of this. So the Mullet USA Championship. So I love the fact that, shout out to them, they don't call this the World Championship, as some USA things do. Super Bowl. It's not the World Championship when only Americans.
No, it's the Super Bowl Championship.
The Super Bowl Championship. But yes, the USA Mullet Championship. They have 3 categories: kids, teens, and open. So it's not kids, teens, and adults. So I'm assuming, a kid could win the kid and the open. Who knows?
True.
But the voting is currently, so we're going to have an update on this, maybe on episode 62 of the winners. But so if you want to go to mulletchampionship.com or just Google USA Mullet Championship, you can look at those. But the thing that really caught my attention, other than the fact that there's a mullet championship, because why wouldn't there be? I'm sure there's a championship for everything if you looking deep into it. But the Hall of Fame of the USA Mullet Championship is on the website, and it lists everyone that's been currently inducted to the Mullet Hall of Fame. Now, would you care? This is too early for the middle of the show quiz, so don't worry. No pressure on this.
Okay.
But would you care to guess any of the members of the USA Mullet Hall of Fame?
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus is in the Hall of Fame.
His mullet was spectacular.
I mean, yeah. When you think of mullet, if you think, think of someone with a mullet, you think of Billy Ray Cyrus. But that's his the poster boy. Anyone else comes to mind?
John Stamos?
No, he is not.
He was more of an Elvis cut. That was my fault. Yeah. I'm gonna just defer to your expertise here.
So there's some gold on this, as you can imagine, because you think of the Hall of Fame of the mullet. So obviously people who have had mullet and really pushed the cause for the mullet forward, change the world for mullet, change people's perception of the mullet, things like that. So I'm going to read all of them because there's not a bunch, but so Hall of Fame inductees for the USA Mullet Hall of Fame include all of them: Andre Agassi,
okay,
he had a good
tennis guy;
Billy Ray Cyrus,
hey,
Jared Allen, who was an NFL player; Blake Shelton when he was younger; He rocked. There's
Mhm.
pictures. So if you want to check this out, listeners or watchers, go to the
That
website.
a basketball player?
Now Blake Shelton, the country music singer. He's now Gwen
Oh, okay.
Stefani's significant other. I don't know if they're married or not. I think they are.
Oh, okay.
Jaromir Jagger. He's a hockey player. I might butcher that name. Mario Lopez from Saved by the Bell.
Sure.
He rocked one. Mel Gibson.
I guess.
Randy Johnson, baseball player. Patrick Swayze, who fair play. When I think of mullets, I don't think of Patrick Swayze. But then he's in the Hall of Fame. Actually, no, he did rock a good mullet. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Bono.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
I had no idea.
And then the final two are my favorites because the final two inductees are the USA Mullet Hall of Fame, Joe Dirt and Kenny Powers, who, if you don't know who they are, those are not real people. They are fictional characters in TV shows and movies that the actors.
It is weird that they wouldn't just give one to Danny McBride instead of what's his name?
And David
that
Spade.
Is Danny McBride's mullet. Well, David, that was definitely a wig. David Spade didn't grow no mullet, but that is Danny McBride's hair.
I know Danny McBride definitely rocked the mullet for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Weird choices, Hall of Fame. I'm calling you out.
Put the actor in. Because if you're going down that line, if like say a wig, then it should be Joe Dirt. The Hall of Fame induction should be David Spade's wig in this movie.
David Spade's wig, very specific. Yes, I approve.
Like give credit to the hair department, not the fake character. Controversy, the USA Mullet Championships. But there you go. So once the winners are announced, so technically, as we're recording this, apparently the winners of the kids division and teens division were announced this morning at 8 a.m. But I'll be honest, I wasn't, because it was aired on TV. It was like the morning show or some NBC, whatever. I'll be honest, I wasn't getting up at 8 a.m. just for this bit, just so I could find out who won it. I just figured naturally the winners would then later be put on the website. But no, as of recording this, the USA Mullet Championships haven't updated their website or their social media accounts about who has won. So
that's weird.
Poor form.
Well, again, maybe we'll update you guys next week, or
maybe I'll forget about it.
You'd be, yeah, maybe forget about it.
Another interesting bit. So Kush Hayes.
That's me.
You love it when you go out to. I know. Obviously, people know. You partake in some recreational usage of some things to get you slightly inebriated, shall we say? Do you partake in the? I know you sometimes drink a rum on the show, but are you like a bar flyer? Do you like to go to the dive bars or the nice bar? Like what kind of scene does Kush Hayes like to go to when he's out drinking, perhaps with his friends?
Oh, just a real friendly place, very laid back. Definitely doesn't have to be a dive, but definitely doesn't have to be a 3-star Michelin spot either. I got a spot that I enjoy in North Beach, but I'm not going to tell you folks because then you'll all go there too.
Right. Who you like autographs?
You'll have to assume that or just interrupted. I'm there to watch my UFC, sip my drink, maybe talk to the pretty lady next to me. That's about it. But don't you worry where that is. But yeah.
Secondary question.
Okay.
When maybe you've gone out for dinner, or maybe you just what's the word? Craving something a little bit sweet. Are you a big fan of the ice cream? Do you like ice cream, Kush?
I mean, who doesn't love ice cream? But I'm at that age where I have to choose my dates. So.
What's your go-to if you was to have ice cream? What's your go-to flavor?
I'm a big fan of the cherry vanilla.
Ooh, that's no. I'd say I actually went
good.
for some ice cream.
Hog it off makes a really good one.
I had some milk and Oreo flavor. ice cream.
Okay,
Pretty, it's
yeah, that's a good
nothing
one,
crazy, but it was good. It's good.
Got little bits of Oreo in there too.
And because it's all mixed up, but then every now and again you take that scoop and it's got a big chunk of Oreo in there. It's like,
I get why you like that. That's good stuff. That is good stuff.
So the reason why I'm asking these questions is because Miller High Life, which is I always think is,
and I do like the High Life, the champagne of beers.
They have they've teamed up with Tipsy Scoop. If you don't know what Tipsy Scoop is, it's, I guess, the clues in the name. They like to make up some alcoholic ice creams.
Okay.
So you think, okay. Tipsy Scoop, who makes nice alcoholic ice creams, and Miller High Life, the champagne of beers, are teaming up. What kind of gold are they going to come up with, you wonder?
I hope it's a Miller High Life flavor.
Maybe. So they have created a new ice cream that has been designed. So they have paid money to people to come up with this flavor. This ice cream is designed to taste like a dive bar.
Gross.
Now, for those who maybe don't know, haven't been to dive bars, don't frequent them, or even maybe people do like to go to dive bars. Even I like to go to dive bars because it tends to be, the atmosphere is quite fun, like it's a nice little community. The bar people tend to be a lot friendlier, and also, unless you go to somewhere in New York City, which I try to avoid, there's trendy dive bars where they're expensive, but no, a typical stereotypical dive bar, the beers are cheap. So, but even I'm kind of wondering, what the hell, what does a dive bar taste like? I've never thought of it. I've never associated a taste with a dive bar. So this is the description of the dive bar ice cream. And Kush, let me know if you're going to be craving some of this when you count the days. You think, today's the day I can have some ice cream. Let me get some of that dive bar ice cream.
I'm already repelled by this.
The ice cream product is actually meant to recall the flavor of, and I'm going to repeat this for you. So I want, if you're listening or watching, lean in a little bit, because I want you to really get this. This is meant to recall the flavor of peanut shells on a bar floor. Now, there's a couple of key things in that little sentence there. One being peanut shells. Two being on a bar floor. Three, recall. Again, I'm 36 years old, about to turn 37. I've frequented a many dive bar. I've been very inebriated at sometimes. I don't know what a peanut from a bar floor tastes like.
You don't.
Ice cream. Oh, do you know? Oh, this reminds me of salted peanuts I picked up off of a floor in a bar. What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, well, one, to correct you hope you've never eaten peanuts off the floor, but I tell you, that bowl is probably spilled on the floor a few times.
Maybe.
Yeah. So the odds are a lot higher that you probably have eaten peanuts off the barroom floor. Two, just gross. This is just gross. I mean, I suppose we should be thankful that they only tried to synthesize the taste of peanut shells on the barroom floor and not like the actual essence of the dive bar. Like I can think of a dive bar in North Beach right now where like you smell the chemicals in the air, not just from the cleaning product. You smell sweat. You smell all the alcohol on the shelf mixed together: vodka, rum, whiskey, tequila. It's all formed its own. And then there's a very faint hint of piss in the air. Okay, that's what I think of when a dive bar. Like, sure, the environment might like be physically cool, like a couple degrees cooler than what's outside, but that's what you're dealing with every time you go to a proper dive bar. It's a dive bar for a reason. It's not cleaned very well. Okay,
The clues in the
fact
name.
that they're coming up with an ice cream
bar.
which is why I don't understand the trendy dive bars. But not that's a different podcast. This is disgusting. They didn't need to go this quote unquote sophisticated. I would have been happy to try a Miller High Life flavored ice cream, but no, I will not be participating in this experiment, sir. Good day. I said good day.
Good day, sir. What's worse is that Tipsy Scoop and Miller's collaboration is a celebration of the 100th anniversary of the ice cream bar. So to celebrate 100 years of an ice cream bar, this is the best they could come up with. So
this is how you thank Cornelius Ice Cream Bar?
He's rolling in his grave right now. So the product combines the taste of beer, peanut swirl, tobacco smoke flavor, caramel, and a dark chocolate dip. The peanut swirl is designed to mimic the peanut shells frequently found on a bar floor.
You know what? I did forget cigarette smoke. Yeah, it's been a while. California has been a no smoking state forever now.
There's no bar near me.
Completely blanked on that. But yeah, there's cigarette smoke in your dive bar ambiance. Ugh, gross.
Right, we've been talking about this for now, I don't know, for about 10 minutes now. The worst is yet to come. Kush Haze.
Worse than this?
Oh, yes. So the ice cream bars come in at a total of 5% alcohol, which is standard. For the Miller High Life, the standard pilsners and lagers you get at bars. It's about high 4s, low 5. It's about standard. A 6-pack of these ice cream bars will retail at $36.
Right there, guys. Right there. I don't know if you have to tile these out or pixelate them, but this is how I feel. Yeah, just right there, guys. Right there. Yeah.
For those listening, Kush Haze was holding up double birds for that one. So that's $6 per ice cream bar just for the joy of tasting peanuts on the floor. It's
no. Go fuck yourself, hipsters.
That's the thing. Like you say, my first thought when I read this is like, well, this isn't going to go well. They're definitely not bringing this back next year for a limited edition. But I wouldn't be shocked if this sells well. I would not be shocked.
There's going to be that group of assholes who have to try this just to say they tried it. And most of them will take one bite, spit it out, and throw it away and not miss that $6 they just spent. But there'll be one or two dumbasses who eat the whole thing and then get sick because of it. And then they'll have that story to cling to. So I think this is one of those FOMOs. The feeling out, missed out opportunity, whatever. I don't know what it's called.
Fear of missing out is
fear of missing out. Yeah, this is going to be a FOMO opportunity.
No, I get something because I remember for limited edition. I think they might have brought it back recently. I can't remember, but this is going back 10, maybe 15 years. I remember Coca-Cola brought out a limited edition where it's Coca-Cola with orange. And me and my buddy Tom, at the time, we did that whole like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be horrible, but I have to try it. So we bought like a 6-pack of these cans because you can buy them individually, and I took one sip of that, and it just tasted like chilled vomit. It was disgusting.
I'm surprised it didn't taste like Fanta and Coca-Cola, which you can get at your favorite Coca-Cola vending machines, like
buy a can of Fanta, buy a can of Coca, mix them. I'm pretty sure it tastes like vomit. But anyway, the point is that at least, like you're saying, like at least that has a potential of that could be bad, but that could be good. That could be pretty good. That is Coca-Cola with orange. At no point am I thinking, do you know what? Yeah, this ice cream bar that's designed to mimic the taste of peanut shells on a dive bar floor. Oh, it's got potential. It's got potential. No, it hasn't. It's going to be horrible.
It's going to be horrible.
Don't buy it. Teach these people a lesson. that they should spend $6 per ice cream bar. Fuck you, Miller High Life. Fuck you, Tipsy Scoop. They're never going to be sponsored the show, but whatever. Fuck you.
No, I'm okay with that. Not to keep hitting home runs like that. No.
That's I feel good. I feel good. Now, coming up next, we have a first ever after 61 episodes of Waffle Box. First ever, because now we're going to, because normally we do the Dumb World Record section of the week, but this time this is a Dumb World Record, but it also veers into the territory of the Feel Good Story of the Week. So this is our first Feel Good Dumb World Record of the week. That's not the. There we go.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why?
I'm very good at jingles.
Why? Why would you want to do that?
So yeah, this week's Feel Good Dumb World Record of the week comes to us from Chicago, or Chicago, as it is more commonly known as. So, high school students in the Chicago area are attempting to break not one, but 2 Guinness World Records by creating a mosaic. Oh, we're back to the mosaics. So yeah, do you remember when we did that mosaic? Mosaic of the donuts, right? Remember the donuts?
Yes.
Where they
Yes.
in the cold-heartedness, where they stole that world record away from the people of Ukraine. Do you remember that? And
I remember that.
bastards. Well, these people are trying to right that wrong, I guess. So they are trying to create a mosaic of the Ukrainian flag from nearly 5,000 cereal boxes. There could have been other things to make a mosaic of the Ukrainian flag, but no, cereal boxes. Why not? The students, members of the Chicago Children United for Ukraine, are attempting to record the record at the Wintrust Grand Banking Hall in Chicago. The students began assembling the mosaic from blue and yellow cereal boxes. Doesn't say here, but let's try to guess. Blue. It's got to be Rice Krispies, right? It's Rice Krispies.
Total is also a thing. Yeah.
Or Kellogg's cornflakes. Cornflakes are blue.
That's white. No, it's white.
Oh no, frosted flakes with Tony the Tiger.
Frosted Flakes with Tony the Tiger. That's more like it. Yeah.
What's the yellow? Cheerios? You reckon Cheerios?
Yellow would be Cheerios. I almost said Kicks, but that's orange.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that would be if you wanted to make a Dutch flag. Anyway, so yes, the students began assembling the mosaic from blue and yellow cereal boxes Wednesday and finished the mosaic. Is scheduled to be unveiled Thursday evening, probably last week when I got the story.
Okay.
Organizers said they are aiming to break the Guinness World Record for largest cardboard box mosaic and largest packaged product mosaic. That's very open. Large packaged product mosaic. But what I love is,
so does that mean everything is still in its package? Like these boxes haven't been emptied and flattened out? Like
no.
Oh,
we're gonna get to that in a minute.
ooh.
But I do like the fact that they have in this, whoever wrote up this story, where it says, so again, we've already got to part of the story where they're making a mosaic of the Ukrainian flag from these cereal boxes. We've already got that out of the way.
Right.
So just to clarify, where it says organizers aiming to break the Guinness World Records for largest cardboard box mosaic, and it's put in brackets of a flag, and largest packaged product mosaic, brackets of a flag. So, yeah, we know it's a flag. They're making a flag. The first record currently stands at 1,499 square feet and 18. What a second. No one cares. But so that's what they're going for. And yes, Kush, as we rightfully mentioned, these aren't flattened boxes. These are still packaged products. So they're good to go still, unlike those ungrateful bastards who ruined all those thousands of donuts from last week's entry. This week, the boxes of the cereal used in the attempt will be donated to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. And also, the attempt is aiming to raise money for the relief efforts in the Ukraine. So, shout out to these people for not only helping, people in need in the local Chicago area who need that good nourishment breakfast, and also raising money for Ukraine. So that's a feel good story. You're good, great people, but also I'm sorry, it's a dumb old record using cereal boxes to make a flag. You could do so many easier things than that. But
I imagine the title is also so specific with of a flag. You have to imagine like someone took like a bunch of Lego Star Wars boxes and then made just one giant Lego brick out of it. Like, and that's the next biggest product box displayment or whatever the title phrase was. But like,
I don't know
you get what I'm
that
saying?
is. I do, but I want to look that up now. I want to find out what is the world record for largest Lego brick made out of smaller Lego bricks.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that exists. I 100% guarantee that exists.
If you know the answer, let us know at Wafflebox Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
That'd be appreciated.
I'm dying to know. And also too lazy to Google that. But that wraps up the first half of this week's show. Happy National Waffle Day, everyone, just in case you missed that at the start of the show. Still to come. As we hit in the middle of the show, of course, we've got the middle of the show quiz. We've got the trapdoor segment, as always. Kush is going to be reviewing Idris Elba's latest flick, Beast, and so much more. So see us on the other side, and until then, see you in a bit. Hey, you. Yes, you. Was you thinking of having that beer? But my friend, it's only 10 a.m. Won't everyone judge you for drinking this early? Well, don't worry, we've got just the thing to help you. Your very own Waffle Box mug. And now, everyone will just think you're drinking coffee, so you can enjoy your morning beer judgment-free. Go to wafflemerch.com to get yours today. Hey, welcome back to Waffle Box episode 61. Happy National Waffle Day. In case you, again, need a reminder of that. Still to come, Idris Elba is tackling some beasts in the movie Beasts. And Kush has got a thing or two to say about that coming up. But as we have hit the middle of the show, of course, it's now time for the only thing that we could do in the middle of the show. It's time for the middle of the show quiz.
Middle of the show quiz.
Middle of the show quiz. This week I've got a little bit obscure-ish for the title of this week's quiz. So obviously, Beast is the movie that we're reviewing later on in the show, and starring Idris Elba. Idris Elba was rumored to be potentially starring as the next James Bond. So it's a James Bond quiz, of course.
Okay, sure.
So this week, there's only officially 6 people who have starred as James Bond. You can't say 007 anymore because in the latest flick they went a little bit rogue where there was a James Bond but also a separate person was 007, which I'm sure many people in Southern America, the South, kind of got angry about, and they was wearing those special sunglasses in their Twitter profile picture. But because it's a woman, oh my god. But yes, 6 people who have officially played James Bond in movies. So what I have done for this quiz, I'm listed them in order. So that's you already know that's the order they're coming in. But what I'm going to tell you is the age of the first person, Sean Connery, who first starred as James Bond in 19-something. And I'm going to tell you how old he was when he first played James Bond.
Not when he stopped playing.
No, how old he was when he starred in his first James Bond movie. Then we're going to move in chronological order of James Bond actors, and then you need to tell me whether they were older or younger than the previous one when they started. If that makes sense. So each of these actors, you're counting the age of when they started in their first James Bond movie and their age at the time. Clear? One.
Clear.
Okay. Let's play the tense music. Okay. So, as we already clarified, Sean Connery's first James Bond, and Sean Connery was 32 years old when he starred in his first James Bond movie.
Okay.
Then, for one time only, he was taken over by Mr. George Lazenby. Was George Lazenby older or younger than Sean Connery when he starred in his one and only James Bond movie?
He was younger.
Younger than 32?
Yes.
He was 29 when he starred as James Bond. Yeah, whippersnapper.
He has an actually very fascinating story, but keep going.
Is it a quick story or is it?
No, but there is a documentary or was on Hulu.
Oh, okay. We'll check that out. All right, then after George Lazenby, actually, I think he went back to Sean Connery for a couple, but then the next one to star as James Bond was Roger Moore. When Roger Moore starred in his first James Bond movie, was he older or younger than 29 years old?
He was older than 29.
He was a lot older. He was 45.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Without trying to throw you off your game, this is where it gets a little bit tougher now. So after Roger Moore, who was 45 years old, we had Mr. Timothy Dalton. Timothy Dalton. Was he older or younger than 45 when he starred in his first James Bond movie?
I would say much younger than 45.
I wouldn't say he's much, but he was 41. 41.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know.
Fascinating.
If you Google Timothy, for those listening or watching, do a quick Google search, Timothy Dalton, give image search. Not a bad looking guy. Then after that, we had the actor who I would say is my personal favorite, but I think if you have a favorite James Bond actor, I think it's when the actor who starred in the first James Bond movie that you saw. I think that's your favorite. I think that's how it works. I don't know, but
it's a bunch of different asterisks, but yes,
maybe. But then we had Pierce Brosnan, who starred in GoldenEye. Fantastic movie, fantastic video game. Was Pierce Brosnan older or younger than 41 when he starred as Mr. James Bond?
I'm going to say he was younger than 41.
Oh, I say it's going to get tough. He was 42.
Wow.
So he was only a little bit older, but older nevertheless.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good trick, Mike.
It wasn't a trick. I like I said, I went in chronological order. If anyone tricked you, it was those damn people at James Bond people who produced those. I can't remember the actual name of the production.
Damn you, James Bond people.
There is a specific, because I know there's one production company that does them all, right? And then then they had like
company.
One or two that went rogue, but all the major James Bond. Yeah. And then finally, Miss Daniel Craig. Was Daniel Craig older or younger or older than 42 when he first played James Bond?
I think he was younger than 42.
He was 38. Ooh.
Okay.
That's a 4-1 win.
Middle of the show quiz.
You know your stuff.
So,
you know your stuff.
You brought up about the rumor about Idris Elba being a possible James Bond, and my only problem with that has always been like, I think he's just too old to play the character. But since you're telling me that Roger Moore was 45 in his first James Bond character, I completely take back my statement.
Well,
there's literally no reason why, outside of racism and trolling and this and that and the other. Yeah, Idris Elba would be a fantastic James Bond by so much more now.
I mean, because he's 49, so yes, he would be now. So he would now be the oldest person to start as James Bond. But I mean, the rumors have been around for years, so he was definitely still in his 30s when when those were coming out and around in the English
I don't know
sphere.
about that, but
Maybe I don't know.
But
Maybe I'm
still.
timed as whole knows. But yeah, if what was his cop show he did? It was called Luther. Luther.
Oh, okay.
I
know of Luther.
Have you ever
I've never
watched
seen it.
Oh
No.
good. I mean, it's not James Bond-esque by any means, but
Mhm.
if you watch Luther, it used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it is now because
Used
how
to
it works
be,
now. They just
yeah.
bounce around. But Luther, starring Idris Elba, fantastic crime show.
Okay.
He is mate. Ever since I saw that, I was like, yeah, this man, James Bond, kick that shit out of the
Okay.
park. But who knows? But apparently,
I'll check out some Luther.
last word on the street is now they're looking for like a young James Bond, but like
Yeah, that's the only thing that's ever made sense to me. But again, if Roger Moore could do it at 45, I mean, if they went into production tomorrow with 49-year-old Idris Elba, they're gonna fucking hit a home run with that.
But then I mean, obviously, that's the
It ain't
beauty of
happening for like another 5 years. I know.
the beauty of James Bond is that there is no real continuation from one to the next. There's all individual kind of stories. I think you can look at maybe there might be some that might. But
Well, the last 5 are all definitely connected together, but I hear what you're saying.
They're very quickly to relaunch, new actor, new story arc, basically. So I guess it doesn't really matter. But the only thing I would dislike per se is about the quote unquote young whippersnapper James Bond is that Daniel Craig was there. And if I'm correct, if my memory serves me right, wasn't the first Daniel Craig James Bond, wasn't that supposed to be like early
His
James
first
Bond?
mission.
Yeah. So like
which is why when we get to Skyfall, I'm wildly confused about like how old he's supposed to be, and they're like, look at him, he can't even do a pull-up. This man who suffered a trauma from a bullet shoulder wound. Anyways, we're getting off course here, my guy. We're getting off course.
But that reminds me of it. We're gonna have this is gonna be a discussion for another episode. We're gonna have this one.
Okay.
For James Bond theme songs that went beyond James Bond. And by that I mean like there's bangers of songs that just hit the. Because I remember when I went to see Adele.
Live and Let Die.
I went to see Adele and she smashed out Skyfall. I was like, you know what? Obviously, yes, it does remind me of James Bond, but James Bond, I know James Bond. This is a banger of a song. This is a great song. There have been some that have been like, but yeah, we can get into that another time.
Okay.
Real quick, let's delete some shit from history, and I think this one. I don't know if it should be a quick one, but I think it's going to be a fun one. And I'll tell you a story on the other side of the jingle, but this time. But a trapdoor segment. So
tell me a story, Mike. Tell me a story.
This story is inspired by a T-shirt that a friend wore. I can't exactly remember. Actually, I'm not going to. But you know when people just wear these really shitty, cheesy T-shirts where they have crappy slogans on.
Yeah,
it's more the slogans. And I remember he was. I can't remember to this day what he. But I reminded me of a story. Anyway, it was one of those T-shirts that he was wearing where I said to him to his face, it's like, if you was wearing this T-shirt the day I met you, we would not have been friends. Because what the fuck is that? Like, that is a horrible shirt. So this week's Trapdoor segment is we are finally deleting at least one of the worst T-shirt slogans in history. Now I'm going to give you the 4 options, and again, maybe people listening or watching this think like, what is he on about? But you'll get it as soon as I
think I get it.
List off. So the 4
I was stupid.
The 4 nominations are, since you said it, I'm with stupid with the arrow or the finger point over to the right. If found drunk, please return to friend T-shirt. The I'm not as stink as you drunk I am T-shirt. Or the FBI female body inspector t-shirt.
Hmm.
Those are the 4 options, Kush. I mean, I would happily get rid of all 4, but we have to respect the process. But which one's the worst one out of those? I think I have my opinion on these, but they're all horrible. Jesus Christ.
I'll try to keep my monologue brief. I'm sure there are actually worse t-shirts than these 4 that you presented to us, but I'll tell you what we're not getting rid of. I'm with stupid. It's and the arrow, like, how else would you know that stupid's with you? Okay, that one's a keeper. Next one is what was
also
the next
no,
one,
actually,
Michael?
to be fair,
You
I
have
will
to
say
refresh
that
my memory. Sorry.
the I'm with stupid t-shirt is actually, now I'm thinking of it, is very helpful because there's subtext in there, because the person wearing the I'm with stupid t-shirt is warning you that he is with a stupid person, or they are with a stupid person, but also the person wearing that t-shirt is probably pretty stupid as well. So it's a 2 for 1. It's a 2 for 1. I guess, I'll forgive that one.
It's a public service announcement.
Yeah.
So what was shirt number 2?
Well, we had if found drunk, please return to friend.
See, that's also another helpful one. Like you write you get a Sharpie, you write the phone number down, and this person is known to get drunk and then wander off. And we are so tired of spending our Friday nights looking for this bastard. But if you do see him, he's gonna be okay. But just let us know where he is, and we'll pick him up in the morning. So that we're keeping that t-shirt too. I've rarely ever seen that one, but we're keeping that one. Okay. Female body inspector. Hey, we're talking about a government authority here. All right, this is another person providing a public service, which is the inspection of the female body, and all must comply with the FBI and their request, to inspect the female body. Here's what we are getting rid of, though. Drunk. The number 3. I think I'm drunk or stunk.
I'm not as think as you drunk I am.
Get bullshit. Get that out of here. No. This is just it's obnoxious. We don't need it. This does nothing but tell you, like, oh, this person is going to get drunk within the next 3 hours, if not already.
Yeah, it also does that define your personality? Like, hey, I like to drink. Don't get me wrong, but it's just a t-shirt that people wear as if to say, like, look at me, look, I drink.
Yeah.
Aren't I cool?
You know what no one likes doing is taking care of the drunk guy at the party that's super fun. So that shirt is stupid, and so is the person wearing it, which is why you have your I'm with stupid t-shirt, Mike. It's usually pointing to the guy with that other t-shirt on.
But yeah, if you turn up at a bar or a party and someone's wearing a t-shirt that says I'm not as stink as you drunk I am, that's basically, it could, for all like it, that could say you probably want to avoid me around after 8 o'clock because I'm going to be.
Oh, buddy's
really
nerfed. Also, get rid of that shit. Oh, buddy's nerfed. Yeah, no, all the drunk vernaculars, get rid of it.
Get it? Because we switched around because it's saying nobody's perfect and the shirt's not perfect.
What was that?
That's my like. I'm sarcastically laughing at your shitty joke. That's but also it's
that's what it sounds like.
What a dog sounds like when it's really thirsty.
It does sound like a dog.
Speaking of which, make sure you go to
the senses
at WaffleboxPod on Twitter for a really fun video meme that I made about dogs. You should check that out. No, I'm not going to spoil it. You have to go to it. Go to it. Watch it. It's funny. So that's that. We had 2 for 1. This is the first ever trapdoor segment where we got rid of one, but we also got rid of one that wasn't even on the docket. We're doing.
Someone just pushed that person in like the New York subway. Nothing can be done about it.
For the video bonus, if you're listening to this, you're missing out. Look how blonde I am now.
You've been in the sun quite a bit.
I'm so blonde. I'm looking like bleach blonde.
Look like Ryan Gosling there. Oh my god, I've been doing the show with Ryan Gosling this whole time, dude. You didn't tell me you were Ryan Gosling. What the hell?
I may have mentioned this before, but yes, as my hair does slightly go blonde in the sun, I've now got to the point where it's a double whammy. Like, Is my hair blonde or grey? I don't know. Could be both.
Hmm.
Can't ever know it. All right, let's talk about films, baby. Let's talk about some movies. I've already done this joke, so I'm not gonna finish it. It's now time for Kush's movie review.
Kush's movie review.
Idris Elba stars in Beast. Kush, how you store it? Tell people about it, Kush.
All right, Mike. Well, Beast, it's rated R, and it is a glorious 93 minutes long. It's just the perfect length of time. It's been directed by Baltazar Kormacur. If you're wondering why you've never heard that name, well, he's actually done some stuff you may have heard of. He did Everest, which was a movie about folks climbing Mount Everest for fun, and then
Standard.
things go horribly south, as one might happen when climbing Mount Everest. Also, Two Guns, starring Denzel and Marky Mark, which I feel like I've seen, but don't remember a damn thing about. So you'll have to piece that together. But Idris Elba's in it. Charlton Copley is in it from District 9. And well, Idris is taking his kids on a safari. They want to go back to Africa, this one country that is, I don't think, ever specifically named, but that's where former Mrs. Elba, who has passed away from cancer, she's from, and he wants the kids to know a little bit more about their mother. In the movie, yes.
I was going to make a joke, but then realized, wait, is he actually talking about the actor's wife?
No.
No,
I just don't have the actress's name down here.
That's fine.
But
she's dead. Who cares?
Before the movie starts, we're a witness to some poachers messing up a hunt where they kill an entire pride of lions, but one, and it's a really big lion, and it's a very angry lion, and now it has
Simba's
blood
revenge
on its mouth, and it wants to kill every human being it comes across. And unfortunately, Idris Elba and the family get stuck in the middle of its little warpath.
Wrong time,
and
wrong place, wrong time.
The adventure continues from there. This movie's very basic. It's on location, very beautiful location. Again, a glorious 93 minutes. It tells the story it's meant to tell. It doesn't tack on anything extra. You get that the kids are mad at their dad because there was a split up with the mom, and then she died of cancer, and there's no real coming back from that. Charlton Copley plays a fantastic supporting character, but the movie promises two things: Idris Elba punching a lion, and it's 93 minutes. It delivers everything it promises. I might give this a lower review any other day of the week, but again, it comes in nice and tight. So four out of 5.
Boom. Oh, not messing around there. That was nice. So what is this? So this isn't a Lion King sequel?
Not at all.
Oh,
no.
That'd have been pretty good.
No dancing hyenas, no singing ostriches, nothing like that. But
I don't think so, because I mean,
yeah, man,
there's no spoilers. I know we never do spoilers on this show, but if you've seen the trailer, there is a point, obviously, where Idris Elba gets jumped by a giant fucking lion.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been really cool if once he gets jumped, you could just see in the background like Timon and Pumbaa going, "Yeah, fuck him up, go on, God." That'd be great.
It's a Universal Pictures distribution here in the United States, so I imagine it'll be on Peacock in about 45 days.
Beautiful. So 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Yeah, delivered exactly what it promised. No more, no less.
That might have been the quickest Kush's movie review ever.
No, it was a quick movie, thankfully.
So 93 minutes. So he's not going to take up the whole day, and it just does it does this thing. 45 minutes. Have you been before we wrap up the show with the feel good segment? Are you on the DP? Are you into DP? Disney Plus?
Oh, I have the Disney Plus, yes. The D Plus.
Did you check out the first episode of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law?
Yeah, it's fine. It's a TV show. It's one episode. We'll see where it goes from there. Yeah. I didn't hate it, but I didn't think it was anything special.
I get the feeling that show it's almost like it's a first show of a new phase of Marvel shows because there's obviously rumor because I don't know, again, if you haven't watched the spoilers, there's other Marvel characters to get into. I think it might be an interesting one to show. Maybe we could maybe in a couple of episodes deep we could do a little offshoot and maybe we could talk about MCU TV shows. I think it'd be fun.
No problem.
But yeah, if you like MCU, I would say if you are into this or interested in checking out She-Hulk Eternal Law, the first episode's good. It's interesting. I think it sets up the show pretty well, but it's also there's not much happens. So if you want to wait a couple of weeks just to binge,
it's 28 minutes long.
Yeah, but it's a good setup. It's a good setup for the show. Right, let's before we wrap up the show, let's get the plugs in. Of course, if you want to follow these gorgeous bastards on social media, on Twitter and Instagram, I am at Mr. Mike Fish, and he is
Kush _Hayes.
Are you on the? I know you're on the Twitter machine. Are you on the Are you on the gram?
Instagram is still at Kushenkai.
Kushenkai on Instagram. If you do want to buy us some sweet Waffle Box merch, some of the stuff also goes towards charity. So check that out, wafflemerch.com. So you can buy some sweet swag if you want to get some additional content from us two good people. Go to extrawaffle.com. You can sign up to become a member. Check out soon to come. We'll do some Marvel stuff on there as well. So extrawaffle.com. Sign up for as little as $1. Support the show. We appreciate you. So let's wrap this week's episode up with this week's. Well, actually, no. Okay, no. Actually, before we do this feel good story, actually, I have something to get off my chest a little bit. Something. Okay. Right now, I'm going to play a. So you're familiar with Cars for Kids, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes. I don't think you want to do this.
No, I no, because yeah. So everyone should know who Cars for Kids are. If you don't, it's the most annoying fucking jingle in the world. So much so that the radio station I listen to over here, it's like New York's alternative. They literally, even though I guess they're contractually obliged to play the jingle, they give you a heads up. Hey, by the way, after this next song, we're playing that Cars for Kids. So heads up. But they've recently...
I appreciate that.
They've recently added a little thing, right? To the end of it, which makes me... Like, it normally annoys me, but this is like, I'm mind blown, okay? So I'm going to play their jingle right now, real quick. Now, we are not sponsored by these people. They are a charity, I guess. They don't sponsor. So, I mean, if you want to donate, fine. It's charity, whatever. But here we go. If you haven't heard this before, I'm sorry for introducing this to your life. But if you have heard this before, please stick around to the end of this jingle. Ready? I'm already annoyed.
1877 Cars for Kids.
They got a new vocalist.
Oh, I'm sure. But because they've been doing this for like years, so I'm sure they're like 20s. I don't know. Right. Here we go, right?
Pickup is quick and easy. You'll get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction.
Oh, wait for it. Wait for it at the end of this bit, ready?
Donate your car today.
Also accepting real estate donations.
What?
Yeah, I heard.
What?
I've heard that.
Who? Okay.
Also accepting real estate donations.
Like, okay, hey, look. If your car is like at the end of its cycle and it's like, well, if I'm not going to go to trouble selling this car because I'm probably not going to get much for it. Maybe I could sell it for scrap. But it's probably worth a couple $100. Screw it. I'll donate it to Cars for Kids. They can worry about sending the scrap. And hey, at least the money's going to a good cause. Now, I'm sure there are people out there who have enough money and all that good stuff where they can be like, yeah, I'm sitting on some real estate that I don't want to make money off of. So I'm going to donate it to a charity. But that is such a niche person you are trying to reach. And they're putting this commercial on national radio. That's so niche. This charity is wasting money to try to get to that one person who's got a mansion. That, actually, no, I don't want to make money off of this. I'm going to donate it.
It's definitely not a mansion they're trying to get rid of, dude. It's some piece of property an empty lot or whatever that they couldn't turn into a parking lot, or they couldn't get the permits to turn it into what they wanted to. And for whatever reason, no matter how hard they tried, they could not sell it to anybody else. And they just need to get rid of the damn thing. And it's a tax write-off in theory. And that's what that is for. And I bet you someone has tried to do that. We're like, I'd like to give you my busted Oldsmobile, but I'd also like to give you this empty lot at 123 Brubaker Street. But because I can't sell it or whatever the case. But like, yeah, no one's donating mansions, dude. That's not what's happening there.
I don't know. The first time I ever heard that, what really got me was when they said, like, when I go to carkids.com. That's kids with a K. That's kids with a K, and there's also a Z at the end of it. Like, oh, fuck you. Fuck your kid. I don't. Oh.
There's also a Z. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Now accepting real estate donations. Good for them. Anyway, all right, that's been it. Now I'm ready to the feel good story. I'm ready to lift myself back up.
Now this is the feel good story. Okay.
Now we're doing the feel good story of the week. Oh, there we go.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
All right, feel good story of the week. So, a Washington State man who was 65 years old decided, I'm 65. Do you know what I should do? I want to shoot 1 million basketball free throws. That's what he decided to do at age 65.
In one night?
No.
Oh, God.
I was better because as of now, on his 82nd birthday, he finally finished his goal of shooting 1 million basketball free throws. So it took him 17 years to do this. Tom Stewry of Eastside, Washington, said that he made about 94% of the shots he took over the course of 17 years, of course.
Oh, so he didn't even have to make all the shots.
No, he's an old man just trying to live his dream. And he spent a total of about 2,500 hours on the court. Stewry made his 1 millionth free throw on Thursday, his 82nd birthday. He said to Como TV, KOMO TV, I guess it's the local there, I feel really good about it. It's great to be able to perform pretty well under pressure. As you know, I don't want pressure. There is no pressure. This is just a thing you're doing for fun. But whatever, live your dream. As you know, I don't normally have this kind of crowd here. Oh, I guess there was a crowd. Okay, there's a crowd. They didn't mention that in the story. Apparently, there was a crowd there for his 82nd birthday, so he could hit his millionth one. But it went well. I think I might have missed 8 or so. Stewry said he pursued his goal to make about 100 free throws every day he spent on the basketball court. He said his best streak was making 222 shots in a row. So, yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, a lot to make fun of. But, this guy, 65, decided, you know what, I'm going to make some free throws, and it took 17 years, and he got his millionth on his 82nd birthday in front of a crowd. Good for him. Well, I'm sure he's a lovely guy. Unless he's not.
So why stop at 1 million? Keep going on, man.
Go for 2.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what keeps him alive.
Yeah. There you go.
Because now, what if he dies now? Tomorrow, he's like, well, I've reached my
life.
I've finished my life. I've completed my life. He should now, to keep himself going. He should, I'm going to do number 2. It could be like the Ric Flair of basketball goals. That motherfucker. If you don't know Ric Flair, you should know Ric Flair. He's the legendary professional wrestler. But I actually have to. They're above the screen. You can't see it. I had the tickets in a frame from an event I went to, WrestleMania 24 in 2008, when Ric Flair had his quote-unquote last match against Shawn Michaels. And then recently he had his apparently never last match in the take. Now he's 112 years old. That motherfucker won't stop. Anyway, God bless him. I don't know where that came from, that little rant, but there you go. Shout out. Tom Stewart. There's I've noticed this week, a lot of names that I can't pronounce. That's Tom Stewry, Cornelius Swarthout, Jeremiah Jigger,
There's all these Welsh names.
Maybe. Oh, but what a show. What a show. That felt good. I feel there's
Good
some
time.
demons.
Put some money in the air for the show.
Exercise.
There we go.
There's some weight off my
Goddamn.
shoulders. So thank you very much for tuning in and listening or watching this show. As a reminder, if you are listening to the show and you want to watch the show, also you can go to our YouTube page. If you are watching us and maybe you've got some errands to run, you find us wherever you find podcasts. Go to enjoywafflebox.com to get all the links so you can continue to enjoy us. Appreciate you listening. We're 61 deep. Happy National Waffle Day, wherever you are. Even if you're not in America, enjoy Waffle Day. Because why isn't that International Waffle Day? I mean, waffles, I'm sure other countries eat waffles, right?
I believe Brussels created them.
Well, there you go. We're making it International Waffle Day. Happy International Waffle Day. Kush Hayes, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, big guy. And everybody have fun at Redhead Days. And more information can be found at redheaddays.nl. And
I will retweet some stuff because I do follow their official Twitter account on the Wafflebox Pod Twitter account. Nice. So check that out. But until next week, of course, take care of yourselves and each other.
That's all, folks.